Okay, y'all, so I actually just spent about half an hour recording basic functions and their graphs. It looks like as if everything's going to upload. It looks as if everything's going to be able to be downloaded onto YouTube, like no problem. But there was an issue. Look at how it recorded it. It might take a second because my internet's not very good at home. Let's see if we can go back. So if you notice, 22 minutes of I can hear noises. Okay. Do you see right here? That's how the whole video is. Apparently, I clicked the wrong button, and this is what was recorded. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk about the video I just did. If that makes any sense, here it is. So what we have is graph given functions f and g, describe how they relate. So I noticed that what I was given was this f function. Oops, sorry. I was given this f function right here, and I was given this g of x function right here. So what I did was I did plot different x and y points for my f function and for my g function, and then I actually graphed that. Of course, poorly, because very hard to write on the screen. Then I noticed that they are the exact same graph, except for that my g of x was being shifted down 4 units. And then what we did was evaluate functions. I was given, I got a new pen today, and I'm trying to figure out how to use it. I was given this f of x function, and I was told to do a, b, and c. And so what I did was I actually looked at a, which was f of 5. Wherever there was an x, I plugged in a 5. And then about this step right here, I have plugged in my 5 and I've started to evaluate it. And then I got my final answer. And then I did the same thing for b, which was f of negative 5. And I got the same answer. And just so you know, that won't always happen. It just happened to happen here. It happened to happen. And then here, I needed to plug in f of negative x. There is a hint that lets you know that if you have a negative x raised to an even power, you will get a positive x. And if you have a negative x raised to an odd power, you will get a negative x. So I just used that fact whenever I was solving this problem. And this is the actual problem that I solved. And then it told me to find f of negative x minus f of x. And it told me what the function was. My function's right here in the top right corner. Okay, so what I did first, because I know I'm going to need an f of negative x, is I actually solved for x of negative x, which was me plugging in a negative x for every x that I saw. And then I used that fact that if your negative x is being raised to an odd power, you have a negative x. And then I evaluated that middle term right there. It was a negative times a negative. I got a positive, and then I have my negative 2. So once I was able to figure out what my f of negative x was, I could actually go ahead and solve the problem, which was subtracting the whole function from f of negative x. So what I did was I simply wrote the answer that I got for my f of negative x right here. And then very important, make sure right here that you actually do our minus sign or our negative sign, and that you put the function in parentheses, because as you notice with those blue marks, I had to distribute. So that's why it's very important to do those parentheses. And then once I distributed, I was able to look and combine like terms. And the final answer that I got was this answer right here. Okay, so now that I literally am kind of good with using this pen and I know which button to push, I'm going to go ahead and do one more video. Thanks. Bye.